Okay, so now that prop firms have moved into the no time limit prop firm, everyone is asking me how I would pass a prop firm if I were to start over again. And in fact, I would trade it differently, because you have to understand that when there was no time limit, you had to play with the risk management in order to get to the 8% profit target in 30 days. Why? Because maybe your strategy did not allow you to get 8% in the 30 days. And so now with the no time limit, with all the prop firms that are linked in the description, you can all of a sudden only rely on the fact that you are profitable as a trader. And so in this video, I am going to talk through how I would personally try to pass a challenge if I were to start over again. There are different stages in terms of funding. There is the beginning, where you are a trader that is trying to become profitable and is trying to go for prop firms. There is the intermediate, where you have a couple of prop firm accounts, and then there is the advanced, where you're going to the 6-7 figures in prop firm capital. And I feel like I always have to say this, because people start saying, oh, it's 7 figures in prop firm capital, that's not really 7 figures. And it's like, okay, no shit, Sherlock, but still 7 figures worth of prop firm capital is much better than none, right? But that's not what we are here to talk about. In this video, I am going to give you a strategy to get funded when you are in the beginning stages, in the intermediate stages, and in the advanced stages. The first thing that I want to hone in is that in the previous video, I talked about your comfort number. The comfort number is basically something that just popped into my head of basically the amount of funding you are willing to go for given your financials and trading experience that will give you a no worries approach to prop firms, which means that I would ask you to write down how much you would be willing to lose in one prop firm challenge in a month, and you wouldn't care about it. So for me, for example, I know that that number is 500, which means that I would be willing to lose one prop firm challenge of 100k per month, and then I would start getting uncomfortable. This also means that I wouldn't go for 200k challenges the way that I'm going for challenges right now, but we'll talk about that in the advanced stage. So make sure to have that number down, because it's going to be very important. So for beginners, and I don't mean trading beginners, I mean prop firm beginners, when you don't have funding, I recommend you actually going into a no time limit prop firm, whichever it is. I have 4 of them linked in the description, which are the ones that I'm personally funded with. For transparency's sake, I'm only not funded with my funded FX. I would go into these prop firm challenges and only risk either 0.5 or 1% per trade. Why? Because now there's no more time limit. What does this mean? This means that now you are not limited by a time. You are limited by your skill, which means that if you are able to stick to the rules and you are able to not get into 8 or 10% drawdown, and you are a profitable long-term trader, that you can get funded with a prop firm. But why do prop firms make money? Because you get impatient, because you start over risking, because you start getting out of your plan, because you don't have a profitable trading plan. But if you are able to have a solid, statistically profitable trading plan, and you are able to stick to solid risk management, which means 0.5 or 1% risk per trade, then the likelihood of you getting funded is high. Because again, you have the trading plan, it's proven to be statistically profitable, and you are following the rules. If you do these 3 things, if you have these 3 things, then you are able to get funded. Now, to risk 0.5 or 1%, I really do think that this depends on how many trades you are taking per week. If you are a scalper and you're taking 3 trades per day, then the likelihood of you having bigger drawdowns is higher. The same thing with bigger winning streaks. But we're here focusing a little bit more on the drawdown, because that's the only rule that will definitely get you out of the game. So if you are a scalper and you're going for 3 trades per day, times 5, that's 15 trades per day. If, for example, all of them are losses and you're risking 1%, then all of a sudden you lost 15%. But if you are risking 0.5, all of a sudden you are not even able to lose a challenge in 1 week. Even if it's your worst trading week ever, you don't lose the account because you had proper risk management. So that's what I recommend. If you are a scalper, if you have more than 3 trades per day or more than 5 trades per week, then I recommend you risking 0.5%. If you are taking an average of 1, 2, 3 trades per week, then I do think that you can go for the 1% risk. Because again, it's still going to take you maybe at least 2 or 3 weeks of bad results in order for you to lose the account. This is all things that you have to keep in mind. Risk management is number one. So this is what I recommend for people that are starting to get into prop firms. And once again, keep in mind your comfort number and start going for smaller challenges first, which brings me into my second point, which is the intermediate prop firm trader. This is the trader that already has a little bit of funding and has some profit splits, that has already received the refunds of the challenges that he took and he passed. For this trader, things change a little bit because now you can more confidently take challenges and maybe sometimes risk a little bit more. And with risking a little bit more, this is when it's to your discern, like would you go for 1% or 2%? It also depends on the type of challenges that you are going for, because if your comfort number is a 10k account or a 50k account and it doesn't hurt your finances a lot, you could go for the 2% risk. Even though I really have to hold this in. One, this only goes for people that are trading less than 3 trades or 4 trades per week, and the trader that actually does not worry if they lose the account because they've gotten the profit splits and because they've gotten more accounts funded. So this is not for anyone. Really, just keep this in mind. With 2% risk, you are going to lose more challenges. So what I would tell for the intermediate trader is that you are possibly already profitable. You have proven that to yourself. And so now you can more confidently go into challenges, try to scale up a little bit, and maybe go for the 1 or 2% risk, even though I don't advise the 2% risk to most people. Be very careful with this. So that's what I would say to the intermediate trader. Plus the fact that I would recommend you trying to adventure yourself a little bit into the next account that is a little bit out of your comfort zone, for you to see if you are able to increase your comfort number. Because once you start proving that to yourself, things will start scaling up and up and up and up. So that's what I recommend to intermediate traders. Risk 1 to 2% per trade. Be careful with the number of trades that you're taking per week and let your edge play out. With that, also think about increasing your comfort numbers. You increase your assets under management. Now, for the advanced trader, this is where I can get the biggest amount of hate. But hey, let me first put it straight into who this is for. This is for the people that have like 500k in funding. They've already gotten a few 4-figure payouts. We're talking about thousands of dollars in payouts. They've gotten the refunds. They have proven the edge to themselves, and they just don't really care about smaller prop firm challenges, okay? This is what an advanced trader is. And this is where you can apply a little bit more of a risky approach. That's what I do. That's not what I recommend to most people that are watching. So that's what I'm being careful of. I know that most people that are watching, they are not the advanced type of prop firm traders. So please keep this in mind, because I'm basing this off my experience and I'm basing this on the experience of other 7-figure funded traders. So from 0 to 500k, which I think is the beginner to intermediate stage, I do think that you have to be very careful with the challenges that you're taking. That's why, to me, Paladin, Omar, Jadecap, whatever it was, it took much more time to get from 0 to 500k in funding than it did from 500k to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million in funding. Why? Because they know that once they are profitable, once they are getting the profit splits, once they've proven themselves that they are profitable in the long run, this is where they start risking more. So we're talking 2, 3, 4%. And I know how many people are going to say, oh, that's pure gambling. Yes, maybe it is, because more luck is involved, because again, trading is a probabilities game, so it's more of a gamble if you only have 2 shots. But what I would also say is that these traders have already proven to themselves that they are able to do this sustainably. They've gotten the profit splits, they've passed multiple challenges, they've gotten the refunds, so there's no risk on their side at all. So this is a business at the end of the day. It's all about risk to reward. Are you all of a sudden burning through all the profit splits? Of course not. That is not happening. This is why it's important for me to really state what an advanced trader is. So don't put words into my mouth of things that I did not say. Are we clear? So as I said, this is also the plan for the advanced trader. Now we've had the beginner, intermediate, and advanced trader. Now you have to define what your comfort zone is in terms of challenges to take. remain in that comfort zone for some time while you get more funding, and then try to scale up slowly but surely while you are getting the payouts. Be careful. Do not become the type of trader that is only feeding the profits of the profitable traders. We know that a big pillar of prop firm's profits is you failing, and so you do not want to become the type of person that is only feeding this hamster wheel with your challenge fees. So be careful with that. Make sure to get profitable first and then go for the funding. Go for funding that you are comfortable with. Make sure that you are taking the appropriate steps in order to become profitable in the long term. So hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know at what stage you are currently in with this emoji right here, and I will see you next time. Bye.